Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today as we're talking about the WiCyS Mentor Mentee program. It is my pleasure to be here with MJ Partain and Colleen Huber, who are also part of the WiCyS team that have put together the Mentor Mentee program. We're going to be doing a webinar reviewing the program, the curriculum, how we got started, why we're here, what does the 2024 to 2025 cohort process look like, and to, of course, let you all know when does the registration or the enrollment for you to participate in this program end, so that you don't miss a beat with everything that WiCyS has to offer within this particular programming effort. So my name is Lynn Dohm. I'm Women in Cybersecurity Executive Director. We often go by our acronym WiCyS, and it's pronounced WiCyS, like we sisters, because that's exactly what we are. We are a global cyber sisterhood. So we're a 501c3 nonprofit with a mission to recruit, retain, and advance women in cybersecurity. We have almost 10,000 members with representation in 93 countries. In addition to that, we also have 70 professional affiliates and all their members, and 283 student chapters and all their members. So each and every day, we're reaching hundreds of thousands of individuals, or engaging and reaching them, as we create accessibility and opportunities for women to not only get into cybersecurity, but be retained, stay in their career, and have those career advancement opportunities because of it. And we have many different initiatives. In addition to the Mentor Mentee program that we're going to be diving into today, we also have skill development training programs, scholarship grants and awards, not only to our conference, which is April 2nd through the 4th in Dallas, Texas of next year, but to other conferences as well. We have all sorts of different resources on inclusion and allyship. We provide speaking and media opportunities because we know it's hard to be what you cannot see. And so we want to amplify the message of our WiCyS members getting out there and being recognized as the cybersecurity experts that they are. We have our Job Board Plus Plus, where all our strategic partners recruit from year round, and all our members have access to, where they can upload their resume. And we also have a virtual career fair that's coming up September 25th. So please keep that on your radar. Apprenticeships, internships, leadership series, leadership summits. We have all this and so much more. And we owe that as a special thanks from our strategic partners. We have over 60 strategic partners that fund us year round, with their tier ones being Akamai, Amazon, Bloomberg, Carnegie Mellon Software Engineering Institute, Cisco, Ford, Google, Lockheed Martin, Microsoft, Optum, Sandia National Labs, and SentinelOne. So I'd also like to do a big shout out and thank you to the infrastructure that WiCyS utilizes, being the Together software is sponsored by Google and Workday. So we wouldn't be able to do and provide what we do, matching everyone up in this cohort setting, without the funding and the contributions from Google and Workday. And for those of you that are joining this webinar and are not yet part of the WiCyS organization, it would be lovely for you to start by subscribing to our newsletter. If you go to WiCyS.org, and you'll see on the right-hand side, there's a tab subscribe. We have over 32,000 newsletter subscribers, and this way you'll never miss a beat about all that WiCyS is offering, not only in regards to our mentor-mentee program, but also to the scholarships, grants, and awards, and to all the skill development training programs and everything else. So it's always on your radar. So the purpose of today's webinar is to review the mentor-mentee program. And I just want to start with a little bit of sharing how we got here today. So our current mentor-mentee program started in 2020, and it came from our lessons learned from our previous mentoring program. Prior to 2020, we just felt like if we matched mentors with mentees, they would work together and they would schedule their meetings and kind of go forward, moving each other towards career advancement opportunities. Well, in 2020, when we had a time to kind of level set the conversation in the middle of the pandemic, we really looked at what was the success of our mentor-mentee program. And we realized that there was a lot of different areas that we needed to strengthen. And one of those areas is that we designed and developed a curriculum now to up-level and upskill women, no matter where they're at in their careers, to prepare them for their next level of advancement. The reason why we did the curriculum is because we also realized that mentors with all great intentions signed up to be mentors, but not yet necessarily had the coaching or the mentoring or the leadership skill set to facilitate that conversation and that relationship with their mentees in order for them to achieve success. So the curriculum that we put together is a way to overcome those challenges, deepen that relationship quicker, and then everyone enters into the mentor-mentee relationship with the resources that they've read, the curriculum, they have an understanding, they can start the conversation and build the conversation from that point moving forward. We also started doing a little bit of more research in 2020. Well, why would we have a mentor program and what is the success metrics for the mentees? And through that process, we learned that mentees are likely 5 times more likely to get promoted when they have a mentor. But what was also very interesting to us is that individuals that mentor are 6 times more likely to be promoted. So the existing program has this curriculum with the intention in mind of to mentor the mentor, because we know that's a leadership skill set, to get them into these cohorts with their mentees where then they could utilize their newfound skills within their own individual cohort. So it's a way to provide that muscle memory of what does it take to prepare for a mentee cohort, to actually go and facilitate the conversation and ensure that you're guiding all your mentees in the right direction. So for this opportunity in particular, it's a great place for mentors to get started and to be able to offer those contributions. No matter where you're at in your career, we want to encourage anyone, even if you're early in your career, you could have a mentee cohort that's right beneath you of soon to be graduates. If you're mid-career, you'll be set up in a cohort that has early career individuals. If you're senior, you'll be set up in a cohort that has mid-career individuals. So it's an opportunity for the experience and your transition of being promoted to be very fresh, so you could share that knowledge with others in your cohort setting. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic on over to Colleen. You could introduce yourself and share a little bit about the expectations of the mentees.
Thanks, Lynn. Yeah, my name is Colleen Huber. I'm overseeing the marketing at WiCyS as well as the mentorship program. So this will be my 3rd year with the program, and we're excited to have another cohort come through. So I'm going to start with just some mentee expectations, and then MJ will actually follow through with then the mentor expectations. So we ask that you commit to the entire 9 months of the program. It'll start in October once we get our cohort settled, and it will go all the way through June. So we ask that you stay committed from the start to the finish. You're going to be meeting with your assigned mentor in a group cohort setting, and this will be 3 to 5 mentees per cohort, and that's once a month. And we ask that you're consistent with that as well, and to communicate with your mentor if you're not able to attend. We understand that things come up, but you'll get the most out of the experience with the mentorship program if you are consistent within the program. And then we ask that you also engage with the materials and resources that are provided to you by the mentor. So they'll be working with you to let you know what you'll be covering in each session. And we just ask that you take the time to come to each session prepared. The next would be the mentee benefits. So there's a lot of benefits, and this is just to name a few of them, but career advancement. So our program is designed from students all the way to senior level. So there are career advancement opportunities and learning and growth through each of those levels. You're going to develop meaningful relationships, not only with your mentor, but with the other mentees in your cohort. And again, this goes back to just being consistent. The more consistent you are, the greater the development of the relationships will be. You'll have an opportunity to set goals. That'll be happening in the first month of the program in October. You'll get to do the CyberGen IQ assessment. And this is an assessment that maps talent to the job roles. And Mary Jane will be filling us in a little bit more about that as well later in the webinar. We're going to be doing 2 resume review sessions. Last year, we only did 1 of these sessions, but it had a very, very great success. So we decided to offer 2 this year. We'll have 1 in the fall and then 1 again in late winter. So you'll have an opportunity to attend both those sessions or just 1 if you'd like. New this year, we're doing cybersecurity tabletop exercises. So that'll be something that'll be in addition to the curriculum that we've had in the past. And then again, as Lynn had mentioned, you'll have access to the curriculum, and there'll be 9 different topics that you'll work through. At this time, MJ, do you want to take over?
Hello, everybody. My name is Jane Suarez Partain. I'm the program director for WiCyS. So any of the dozen or so live programs that you see on our website, I'm responsible for helping to facilitate those and deliver that work product to you. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about mentor expectations. So really, this is a mirror of kind of everything that Colleen already went over. Everything that we expect from the mentee, we also expect from the mentor. And it's like any relationship. Whatever effort you bring into the relationship, that's the reward that you get from it. So the more that you show up, the more consistent you are, the more prepared you are, the better the experience is going to be for you and for your mentees. As Colleen has said, it is a 9-month program. And for the mentor, it's a 4 to 5 hour a month commitment. So that involves, looking through the curriculum. It's nine different subject matters, reviewing the curriculum, seeing what's going to be pertinent to you, making the arrangements to set up the meeting, facilitating the meeting, and then follow up with paperwork that happens afterwards. We want to make sure that we're getting feedback on the sessions. If there's anything that's coming up, like you feel like an additional resource is needed, or you want to comment on a really great resource that we put out there for you, it's good for us to know all this information so that we can engage with you and make sure that the content that we're providing is enriching. What we're looking at and our focus is that WiCyS wants to train the trainer. So we want to give the mentor the resources that they need in order to be able to mentor the mentees. So that's kind of the purview and the area that we look at, making sure that you're educated in. And with everything within our mentor program, everything is done through the Together platform as far as submitting your feedback sessions. Now, again, it's kind of a ditto from everything that Colleen said regarding the mentees. So many rich benefits from being a mentor, just being in that space and you're learning how to be a leader. And so before you can teach someone something, you've got to learn it yourself. And so that in and of itself is a great benefit, increasing that knowledge base. And things over time change and they grow, and you learn about those new ways to have a conversation about yourself in a public space, or review a resume, or present yourself in an interview. So as you're getting these skills so that you can provide them to your mentees, you're accumulating them for yourself also. And so we want to go ahead and in advance of all of this effort, thank you, because this is a really significant time commitment. And there are a lot of fabulous people. We had nearly 1,400 folks last year that were involved in the program. And so we know that this is a lot of time commitment. And so we want to give something back to you too. As being a mentor, you have the opportunity to get CPE credits. You'll also have the opportunity to be in the resume review sessions. You can have a co-mentor if you feel like the weight of mentoring a group by yourself is too much. I've done this in plenty of settings where I've agreed to co-chair things because I know I can share the responsibility. If you're going into a new career or you're really not sure about the amount of time you have to give, that is a really great option so that you can still, give back to your community and grow while not making too large of a commitment, so that you're, setting yourself up for a positive atmosphere. And then also, in addition, we're going to have private chat groups that are going to be there for the mentors to provide them with resources and support. You're going to be getting a mentor the mentor packet that has a bunch of good information in it. We'll have office hours where you can discuss things with us if you're struggling, and you don't have to wait for the office hours either. Colleen is on top of of her emails, and we know that during this season of onboarding this program and facilitating it, we're going to get a lot of communication, and we expect that and we want to see that. And so you don't have to wait for the weekly office hours. You could definitely communicate to us whenever it works for you. And then in addition to getting the CPEs, getting the additional testing, we're also going to have a speaker series. The first one is going to be in September, and it's about mentoring. So we're very excited about that. And we've looked at this as an additional way to kind of give back to the mentors, as some specific professional development for you. So how to connect with your mentees, common mentoring pitfalls, and just generational differences and how you navigate that, not only in the workplace, but also with this very specific relationship. And I'll turn it back over to Colleen. She's going to go over the Together platform and how we utilize that within the program.
Yeah, so as Lynn had mentioned, this platform is sponsored by Google and Workday. So without them, we would not have the opportunity to use this. So we want to thank them again for that. So basically, we use this program for two things. The start of the program is used for our matching. So closes on August 25th. And on August 26th, those that are enrolled receive an email from the Together platform. And this is where you'll go in and you'll create your profile. So your goals, your experience level, what you're looking to get out of the program, your interests, your skills. Then the Together platform will take all that information and will create the cohorts. So then on September 19th, when all the cohorts are created, you'll receive another email that then lets you know as a mentor who your mentees are and as mentees who your mentor is, and then the other mentees within your cohort. And all of this takes place within the Together platform. So this is a kind of a sample right here of a basic profile of what you will see when you log in. You'll create this, and then you'll also have the opportunity to see the profiles of those that are within your cohort, only your cohort. So, for security reasons, it's only those that are within, your group. And then again, after all the cohorts are created and you have access to the full platform, this is what you'll see in the scheduling area. So you have the opportunity to schedule your meetings with your cohort, the mentor does, directly within the system. So mentors will see the book session. Mentees, you will just see each of the months. And then within each of the months, you'll be able to click on that and access all of the curriculum. So within the system, you have access to the curriculum, and you can also, as a mentor, book your session directly from there. So here's an example of what the curriculum will look like per month. There's also an area in resources, which you'll see in a minute, where you can see like a full overview of the curriculum, but it is also broken down in the system for you month by month for easy access. So you could click on the December curriculum, you'll get to see the objectives, you can download the specific PDF just for that month. And then again, the mentor can also book with their cohort directly from this area as well. And this is a scheduling area. So this is just for mentors as well, but you can look and you can see, you can schedule the time, how long you want your session to be. You can add a Google Meet or you can add a Zoom to that, and you can do everything within here. It is not mandatory that you use this system, but it is definitely a benefit. I think it makes it really easy for you you can actually go through and you could book the entire month, the entire 9 months in one setting, just to have everything on the calendar. And then we also have a resource area, and this is items that you'll see on top of the 9-month curriculum that we provide. So it's just some general resources, some additional items that you can use to improve your mentoring, to learn more about mentoring if you're a mentee, to learn about inclusive mentoring. We have the curriculum here. So just again, another area for you to gain and develop. And at this time, Lynn's gonna jump back on and speak to our curriculum.
All right, great. Thank you. Yeah, so the curriculum was originally designed and developed by Archana Ramaruthi, that was working at Workday at the time. Interestingly enough, now Archana works at Google. So both of those have sponsored the Together software for us to be able to utilize this program. But in 2020, Archana reached out and she invested a lot of time and energy into breaking down what are all the big areas that we need to be working on within the WiCyS organization, above and beyond even the cybersecurity conversations and skill sets right there, in order to help prepare and advance individuals within their career. And so originally the program was a 12-month program, and through the course of the past couple of years, we narrowed it down to 9 months. And the curriculum is really important because each and every month we build on the information that we're learning so that we could go back, refresh our memory from the previous month, answer any questions, and then learn a new skill set and then move forward from there. So the first month will be welcome and goal setting. We have a worksheet on how to set those goals, and we talk you in the curriculum through how to navigate through that worksheet with each and every individual. It is an exercise that I do with my mentees on the spot. We work through those conversations together because it helps everyone within my cohort also help kind of thinking through the process themselves and getting to get coached through it. So it also helps me as a mentor really understand where my mentees are coming from, the space that they're in currently, and why their goals are getting set up the way that they are. I take personal notes. I keep one notebook myself for each cohort. I've been a mentor mentor for the past 4 years. I'll be a mentor again in this cohort. A lot of the WiCyS staff are also mentors in the programming effort too. But I'll keep a notebook and I will make personal notes as well about what the individual is going through, how I might think that other resources would be helpful to that person to help them with their career advancement. Or if I start making connections in my head on who I want to introduce them to that have similar goals so that we could start kind of building their network too. The second month, we'll go into influence. The third month, we have branding, self-presentation. Negotiation is the fourth month. Of course, we're going to be touching a little bit on work-life balance. Month 6 is leadership. Month 7 is feedback. I love feedback because it's all about the importance of giving feedback, but it's also about the importance of receiving feedback, which is truly a defining leadership skill set, is how can you receive feedback in order to make it of use and value for your own professional development. Then we go into presentations and then wrap it up with the communications and all of that good stuff. So the curriculum itself is built on strengthening these soft skills. In addition to that, we've had Karen Namani, who's a longtime WiCyS member, and Deborah Karuki, who has helped refine this curriculum for us so that we could continue to refresh it each and every year and make sure that it's all current and relevant information, but also building upon it. So this year we've also had Karen Namani that will be providing us with tabletop exercises. And so again, the conversation will always start from the curriculum that we have, that is those soft skills, but then cybersecurity, where you're at in your cybersecurity career, cybersecurity will always extend from the baseline of the curriculum. It's not baked into these hard resources that we provide, because each and every mentee has different needs, and that's up to the mentor to kind of navigate through what their needs are. But the tabletop exercises is going to be fun and exciting that we're adding into the 2024-25 curriculum. So be on the lookout for that information. So here's an example of month 6, leadership. So we give exactly what your commitment is here. As you can see in this effort itself, we have the estimated watch time. So we have the 2 videos here for leadership with the estimated watch time. The first video being 15 minutes, the second video being 16 minutes. Then we have a podcast that we would want everyone to listen to, and with the estimated listening time of 34 minutes, I think that says right there. And then we have articles, and we even put the estimated read time there. So as a mentor or mentee coming into the program, you know exactly what your expectations are as you're leading into the next month. And then we put some discussion points for people to start thinking about so they could get ready and prepare for the session themselves. MJ?
So both as a mentor and a mentee, you have the opportunity to take the Cyber Gen IQ assessment. And we kind of want to just chat about that really quickly and let you know this isn't a pass or fail situation. This is not an IQ test, it's an assessment. And basically what we're doing is looking at your skill sets and your proclivity to be in certain careers within cyber. So if you have good spatial reasoning, if you can detect patterns, that's what we're looking at and mapping them to careers which you may find success in. The idea is really, it's giving you a roadmap. It's not telling you that you can or cannot go into certain professions. It's just giving you some enlightenment as to where you would probably be successful based on the skills that you show that you have via the assessment. So just a couple things to take away. It's not an IQ assessment. It's really just looking at the types of skills that you have and mapping them onto careers where we think you might be successful. And if you feel like you need accommodations, our friends at Haystack Solutions are committed to making sure that you feel comfortable within this situation and providing you with the resources that you need. And so we just kind of really wanted to chat through that. It's a really well thought out instrument. The NSA, United States Air Force, United States Navy have all utilized it. And we've used it for several cycles here at WiCyS and gotten some really good information, both looking at individuals and then looking at aggregate data as we look at why women are or aren't successful within the cyber security industry. So that's just a little bit about the Cyber Gen IQ. And then both as a mentor and as a mentee, you have the opportunity to take this within the program. And Lynn, I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so we're 25 minutes into this webinar. We know that the enrollment closes August 25th, so it's right around the corner here. This program only opens up one time a year, so I'd like to strongly encourage everyone that's on the webinar today to be able to apply and get into this programming effort, but also share it far and wide, because it brings so much value. And each and every place that I go and the staff is at, WiCyS Global or WiCyS affiliates or student chapters, everyone is always coming up to the tables or the speaking engagements that we're at and sharing stories of how this mentoring program has really helped elevate them and prepare them in their career. I know even the mentees that I worked with in 2020, my very first cohort, that we're still on our own little text thread and we connect every other week. And it's just a wonderful, incredibly impactful and powerful program that fulfills such a need for the mentee, but also for the mentor. One of my favorite stories from the mentor-mentee program is a guy of ours, because, WiCyS is not a women's only organization. We're a community of women, men, and non-binary individuals that support our mission to recruit, retain, and advance women in cybersecurity, because we're at this critical workforce shortage, and we need to bring that powerful diversity of thought forward. But one of the gentlemen that were in the program in 2020, he shared with me in 2021 that because he was a mentor and learning through these resources himself, and to be able to facilitate these conversations they added such rich value to him as a mentor, to get all his mentees' perspectives and how he would prepare for each and every cohort, that a year later, after he went through the program as a mentor, that he was able to have these really difficult and uncomfortable conversations in the workplace that he would have shied away from a year ago. But because he was able to go through the program and each and every month kind of build up his skill set by facilitating the conversations, that he was so willing to be able to go into uncomfortable conversations and lead with just the understanding of him having the ability to kind of navigate through that conversation more eloquently than what he would have ever thought of. So it's all about building up your leadership skill sets and getting you into a place that you want to be within your career, whether you join as a mentor or a mentee. So everyone that's on the webinar, you could please start posting your questions in the chat feature that's on your screen, and we'll be answering them live. I know we've had a lot of those answered, replied either by MJ, Colleen, or myself. And let me see here. What is the requirements of the mentees in the presentation portion of the curriculum? So you're not actually presenting in the presentation program. It's all about the importance of how you present, how you're presenting yourself, and how are you presenting the knowledge and the skills that you have, how you're able to show up for those meetings and to be able to have effective communication skills and presentation skills in the programming effort. So the curriculum is building up, kind of defining how you're going to build out your presentations for leadership within the work that you do. So let me see. Are members only allowed to be in the WiCyS program to be in one WiCyS program at a time? It really depends on the different programming efforts, but when it comes to the mentor-mentee, everyone could be in this program. It's a 9-month-long program. So even if you're accepted into the WiCyS Security Training Scholarship, that Tier 1 through Tier 5 program, we also have applications open for that right now. We would also strongly encourage you to be in the WiCyS Mentorship program as well. So we have someone that has asked, I think I've already signed up, but how can I be sure? Will I receive a confirmation email? Colleen, would you like to answer that?
Yes, you should have received a confirmation email. If you didn't, you can go ahead and email me at colleen@wicys.org, and I can go ahead and check in the back end to see if your application is in there. But you should have received an auto email notifying you that you have applied.
Yes, thank you for that. And do I need to have a membership to participate? Yes, that's all WiCyS. All our programming efforts are of no charge to all of our mentors, but they are member-only benefits. So if you have any questions about your membership or how to become a member, just email info@wicys.org, and that's info@wiCYS.org. So what would be some of the qualifications for a mentor? So MJ, I'll go ahead and pass that on over to you.
So qualifications to be a mentor, it really depends on you specifically. Typically, we're looking for somebody who's been within the field for a little while. But as Lynn explained earlier, you're going to be mentoring a group below you. So if you're a brand new person into the field, then there might be some students that are a part of the program that you would be able to mentor. If you're mid-career, then you would be able to mentor folks that are new to the field. If you're a senior, then people below you. So typically, we're looking for you to mentor one level below you.
Great, thank you. And so there's a couple questions coming in that someone is mid-career and they want to be a mentor and a mentee. And I believe we do have both of those options available this year, right? You could be a mentor and a mentee in the program. Excellent.
Yes, ma'am.
I do want to also make sure that if you are signing up as both a mentor and a mentee, that you are aware of the commitment of that. I would say I commit a minimum of 4 hours a month to the mentor mentee program myself. I review all the material. I take my notes. And so it's about 4 to 5 hours a month as a mentor. Oh, and there's my dog. Nothing like something being delivered in the middle of a webinar. So sorry about that, everyone. So I'm going to mute myself for a second. MJ, if you could answer that.
Sure. I'm sorry. I didn't catch the whole question, Lynn. So I'm just going to start over and look at the patterns of questions in here just to make sure that everything's okay. What we're getting a little bit that I'm seeing a lot of questions on is, is there an additional fee? No. You do have to be a member. So, we have different fees for different membership levels, from being a student to being an industry professional. As long as you've paid your membership fee and you're a member in good standing, then there's no additional fee to be a part of this program. Kind of going back again, do you have to be, X, Y, and Z in order to participate in the program? No, we're not worried about you being a career changer, being brand new to the field, being seasoned. There's always going to be somebody that's probably one layer below you that you have the opportunity to engage with. So all of those will work. There's a question in here about sponsorship for the next conference on the mentorship program. Colleen, do you want to answer that question? Because folks often have that one.
Sure. As far as the mentee side, there is no sponsorship. For the mentors, there is the option to apply for a scholarship as a mentor to attend the conference. But there is not a scholarship specifically for mentees, only the mentors.
Great, thank you. An individual has asked, do I need to submit an essay to apply? I don't believe an essay is part of the application portion. No. Yeah, be a WiCyS member and then go through the application from there. All right.
There is a question about age requirements, and is it 18 and above to be in this program? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So an individual asked, do you recommend enrolling in the program if we know we'll be on medical leave for a certain month? So if you're enrolling as a mentee, that would be great to be in the program. If you're as a mentor, if you feel like you would be able to double up on your sessions the month before the medical leave and then double up again on the month you come back, or if you're able to manage that, that's completely up to you. If you don't think it's going to, if you think it's going to be stressful or too hard for you to manage while you're, also juggling the demands and the needs of going on a medical leave like that, then just join as a mentee and let your mentor know. And then, come back next year as a mentor in the program. So where would I fall into? I am a career transition in cybersecurity, 10 years with various fields. Where would I fall into? I would say mid-career you would fall into with that, since you've had various fields. That would be a good area. But when you go through an application process, there are some prompts there that will help you figure that out as well. So I am focused on industries, 10 years experience cybersecurity. I've already All right, partition. Okay, so what are the requirements to be a mentor? I believe, MJ, you have already covered that. A lot of these questions are coming in that are redundant, so I apologize. There's a lot of them that I'm just kind of juggling through. To clarify, is it only soft skills or cybersecurity focused? It's both. So the soft skills are where the curriculum takes you from the very beginning to start the conversation. And then because you're in a cohort setting, the mentor is to facilitate through the cybersecurity conversations with each of the mentees. The cybersecurity portion of it is only within the tabletop exercises of the resources that we provide. But of course, naturally, your conversations that you will be having with your mentees, the cybersecurity will extend from it. So any associated costs with this program, it's part of your membership benefit. And let's see here. You'll be receiving, their question that came in is there a certification of completion at the end of it? To be able to showcase. We do provide those certificate of completions. Also, when you're accepted in the program, you'll receive a badge if you're a mentor and a badge if you're a mentee. So you'll be able to showcase that on your LinkedIn profile. MJ and Colleen, feel free to chime in if you see any questions that are popping up.
Yeah, there's been one that, is there a limit to the number of candidates for the program? There is not. So there's not a limit to number of mentors or mentees that we take.
Most of the other questions are just asking if the program would be beneficial to them. And the answer is always going to be yes for that. Regardless of what your need is. If you're new to cyber or you've been in cyber for a while, would it still be beneficial? Yes, because you're going to get the added benefits, the professional development, the opportunity to build a sense of community. If you're brand new to the field and you don't know anyone, again, yes, you get the opportunity to build community. You become more confident in the skill sets that you do have. Building of soft skills is not it takes a while to do that. And this is a really great opportunity for you to practice interacting with folks, being able to tell your story, being able to have crucial and difficult conversations. So this is a beneficial program regardless of, career stage, ability, capacity, because there's a possibility for you to grow regardless of where you're starting.
That's right. Well said, MJ. So I believe, ladies, that's a wrap. We've covered a lot of the questions that have come in. And if anyone has any additional questions, please feel free to email info@WiCyS.org. Again, enrollment and the applications are only open one time a year. It's a 9-month commitment as both a mentor, as a mentee. And you could be joining us as either a mentor, a mentee, or as both. And it's an incredible program. I know it has definitely been very impactful in my life and has really helped me a lot throughout my career. And I hope you all enjoy and get the benefits that you are seeking out of this program and offer itself as well. So MJ, Colleen, do you have anything else to add?
Oh, just to email or you can email me as well, Colleen@WiCyS.org, if you have any other specific questions.
Nope. And I just want to say thank you, everybody, for taking the time out of the middle of your day to look at this program. It has been, I've always heard positive things when I've interacted, at conferences, at different venues with folks. They're always excited about the mentorship program. Other organizations look at our mentorship program and look at the curriculum that we have set up to benchmark to grow theirs. And so this is an opportunity for you to be a part of a program that is very thoughtfully designed and is relevant to you regardless of your level of experience, your level of education, if you're newly minted into the career or if you've been in for 10 years. So there's a capacity for you to grow in many ways. And we definitely look forward to seeing your applications and having you be a part of the program.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, and we'll catch up with you another time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.